Hello everyone, myself Sohail Rehan Malik from second CSC. So the topic given to me is from the test significance. The problem is on the basis of information given below about the treatment of 200 patients suffering from the device. Um, it is from subject probability and statistics. Without any delay, let's get into the topic. On the basis of information given below about the treatment of 200 patients suffering from the disease. So this is the problem. As you can see, the below in the table. As you can see this table, on the basis of the information given below about the treatment of 200 patients suffering from devices, state whether the new treatment is comparatively superior to the conventional treatment. So here they given that new treatment and the conventional treatment that which are favorable for 60 patients and which are not favorable for 30 students. Coming to the conventional one, favorable for 40 patients and non-favorable for 70 patients. So we have the total as so here the test significance it is used for small samples. There are some important test samples which are in three types: student one test, F test, and chi-square. So in this problem we will gonna use about chi-square. So chi-square is used to test whether the difference between observed and accepted frequency are significant. These are two types. Coming first one is goodness of fit, and second one is independence of attributes. So here we're gonna explain or talk about independence of attributes in this problem. So for categorical data, we use contingency tables to check if two categorical variables, example treatment type and outcome, as the below problem is about treatment one. So for this one, we are going to use independent, which are independent. A contingency table provides observed frequency of combination of two categorical variables. The chi-square statistics follows a chi-square distribution with degrees of freedom. So coming to the formulas which we're going to use for the problem, starting with the degrees of freedom. Degree of freedom is equals to R minus 1 into C minus 1, where R stands for rows of table and C stands for column of table. Next, coming to the expected frequency formula, if two variables are independent, the expected frequency would be Eij of a cell in a contingency table is given by Eij is equals to row total into column total by grand total. This formula is gonna uh, give the expected frequency at last, where row total is equals to total observation in that row. Column total is equals to total observations in that column. Grand total is the total number of observations in that table. So, and last chi-square test statistic is calculated as chi-square is equals to sigma of Oij minus Eij whole square by Eij, where Oij stands for observed frequency in each cell, Eij stands for expected frequency in each cell. The sum is taken over all cells in the contingency table. For Eij, I have tell the formula in the previous slide, which is row total into column total by grand total. So the properties to check chi-square are five: null hypothesis, alternate hypothesis, line of significance, test statistics, and conclusion. So null hypothesis is where mu is equals to zero, alternate hypothesis where mu is not equals to zero. Uh, as you can see in the next slide, which is let me show you. As you can see here, the null hypothesis and our degree of freedom is equals to 1. Null hypothesis H0 is mu equals to 0. Alternate hypothesis denoted by H1, mu is not equals to 0. And line of significance is given as 0.05. Line of significance is the point which we should note it. As I have said, the formula for expected frequency, which is row total. Here, the row total for the new one is 90. The column total. Column total is 100. Here, there are two column totals and two row totals. So we should calculate for each and every row and column. So starting with the first one, 90 into 100 by grand total. Grand total stands for this 200. First, we get E1 as 45 after calculating this, and E2 where it stands for 90 into this column total, that is 100 by whole 200 grand total. This also results as 45. E3 stands for like 110 into 100 by 200. Similarly, 110 by 100 by 200. 110 into 100 by 200 stands as 55. Here the expected frequency E1 and E2 are same and E3 and E4 are same. Next, like LOS and test statistics, LOS has given as 0.05. By solving this, we identify the test statistics. The given observed frequency OI is 60, 30, 40, and 70. For 60, we get like expected frequency, which we have calculated in the previous slide. E1 45, E2 45, E3 55, and E4 55. Solving OI minus EI whole square, 60 minus 45, that is 15 whole square, 25. Next, same as 30 minus 45 is equals to minus 15 whole square, 225. 40 minus 15 whole square, 70 minus 15, 15 whole square. So by, and coming to the OA minus EI whole square by EI, that is 225 by 40, 45 stands for 5, 225 by 45, 5, 225 by 55, 4.09. Next, chi-square test statistics is equals to sigma of I is equals to 1 to n OI minus EI whole square by EI. That is the probability sum of all these OI minus EI whole square by EI from the previous uh, slide. So that is 18.1818. So the conclusion chi-square is equals to chi-square of chi-square of alpha equals to 3.84. But here, as you can see, like square is greater than psi square of alpha, that is 18.18 is greater than 0.05. We reject the null hypothesis, as we know psi square is should be less than psi square of alpha, but here in this case it is opposite, so we reject the null hypothesis. So this is how we solve the problem. Next, coming to the advantages and disadvantages of this new treatment, like advantages like high success rate, evidence-based decisions, improved patient health. Next, coming to the disadvantages, as you can see here, limited sample size, long-term effects unknown, implementation cost. Next, coming to the conclusion, the treatment type and patient outcomes are independent. As you know, that new treatment is statistically superior to the conventional treatment. So we take as new treatment as the first priority. This means that the patients receiving the new treatment have a higher chance of favorable outcome compared to the conventional treatment. This is how the new treatment is treated as superior. So this is from this topic, test of significance. Hope you are clear with this topic. Thank you. Have a nice day.